Wait, wait. Before you dislike this video, as damning as a lot of the accusations that have come out against Mr. Beast are, I'm not trying to defend him. This video is mainly to give a different perspective from what you've been seeing from most commentary channels online. Personally just want to give an outsider's perspective and break down why you shouldn't necessarily believe all of the allegations you hear against Mr. Beast and why you should take anything you do here with a massive grain of salt. I want to talk about how most, if not all of the allegations cannot be proven at all and why you should be more careful before you go on a hate campaign against him. So first off, I'm going to talk about the allegations that have been coming out lately and what they imply. So first off, we have Jake the Viking, who made a tweet saying that, effectively just breaking down the tweet, he said Jimmy knew, and he knew that he was employing a registered sex offender. Now,
hey yo, what the fuck?
me personally, I understand that that is definitely very damning. It is a problem that he was even in his company to begin with, because definitely Jimmy would have known. But the issue with Jake the Viking, and let me tell you the issue with taking anything Jake the Viking says seriously. Jake the Viking is a disgruntled ex-employee. Understand something, a disgruntled ex-employee is definitely going to try and discredit a company that fired them. I'm not saying that he is trying to do that, but you cannot remove the obvious bias in his takes. He is biased against Mr. Beast, and the same thing goes for Dog Park 404. As much as I personally feel Dog Park 404 makes a lot of sense, he definitely makes an insane amount of sense. Dog Park 404 is another disgruntled ex-employee. He was fired, at least as far as the allegations go. And that's the thing, a lot of everything we've heard so far about the Mr. Beast situation are all allegations. We can't prove anything. At least no ex-employee can prove anything to us, the audience, without breaking their NDA. And anyone who claims to have spoken to an ex-employee can't prove they spoke to an ex-employee, because the ex-employee's identity would have to remain secret for them to have not breached their NDA. So moving on to that, there is Rosanna Pansino, who says that who has alleged that she's been speaking to a lot of ex-employees and contestants and saying that, oh, Mr. Beast is trying to hire PIs to follow her, or that she's also said that she's heard stories from contestants of the game show that Mr. Beast is holding, that Mr. Beast has effectively been playing favoritism, kicking people off whenever he feels like, and bringing people back on. She also said that he employed a criminal. That has a very bad history, and apparently they made him front and center and made him part of the show. Now, I am not saying these are false allegations, but understand something. Rosanna Pansino is yet another disgruntled person who definitely has a serious bias against Mr. Beast. It's funny how people have suddenly forgotten who this chick is. This is the chick who just about a year ago tried to lead a hate campaign and cancel Mr. Beast for putting her at a lower level than where she was supposed to be found in a hide-and-seek tournament. Sure, those allegations turned out to be a smoking gun that actually led somewhere, and turns out there was actually something more to those allegations, but it doesn't mean that she is not heavily biased. This chick got heavily disliked, massive death threats. People did not like this chick. She had to take a hiatus from the internet.
Emotional damage.
And then there's the fact that, think about it, Rosanna Pansino, just like my last video with Pegasus, who is making a lot of videos about this new Mr. Beast drama and is just milking it dry. She has a YouTube channel that isn't necessarily doing all that well. Why would she not capitalize on the situation?
You're broke. You're fucking poor.
Yet, I'll say it again, this is all alleged, and I don't know anything that's true, but everything these people are saying is alleged, and you have to understand that these are people who are biased against Mr. Beast. And as I've said, they could truly just be saying the truth. But at the same time, until someone very close to Mr. Beast says something, or he himself comes out with a confession, you can't prove anything because someone disenchanted to Mr. Beast is going to make up stuff to make him look bad. Like, for example, like apparently Jimmy's ex-girlfriend came out with a post effectively saying that stay away from toxic, bad people. And I'm like,
wait a minute. Who are you?
when you see that, sure, it is a bit of a bad look, but a disgruntled, a bad ex-girlfriend, an ex-girlfriend who is upset with the situation. Think about it. Who wants to be Mr. Beast's ex-girlfriend? Nobody wants to be Mr. Beast's ex-girlfriend. Think about it. If you somehow manage to be Mr. Beast's girlfriend and you're somehow not his girlfriend, I promise you, you're going to be pretty upset, pretty angry. And so if that is the case, it makes perfect sense that she would have come up with something against him, especially when now the trend is to dogpile on Mr. Beast during this period. Ever since Eva Chris Tyson opened the floodgates for people to attack Mr. Beast, that's all people have been doing. At least people who aren't close to him or who haven't really been on his videos or who couldn't collab with him. A lot of people right now, like if you're going to attack Mr. Beast, I think something you should really think about is people who are deliberately not talking about it. Commentary channels who refuse to say a thing about the situation because they don't want to fall out of favor of Mr. Beast. Other YouTube channels who just simply won't say anything about it. Why are we all focusing on Mr. Beast? The truth is, right, objectively, Mr. Beast has definitely done a lot of good for the world. Whether you want to call it performative or fake or wrong or it's all staged, the truth is he has done good for the world. Much more good than you who is watching this video right now. Much more good than I who is making this video. He is doing a lot for the world, and as much as these allegations are very serious, there is a chance, there is a small chance, no matter how small, that they are all they're not true, at least for a lot of them. There's Jake Weddle, who Mr. Beast apparently DM'd quietly and tried to send him his money. Now, of course, and he even told him he doesn't need to put it online or say anything about it. But let's be honest, let's see. As much as I perfectly understand that it is Mr. Beast, like you could say, oh yes, he was trying to like manipulate him into not posting, manipulate him into telling people that he tried to like say sorry and do that. The truth is, bottom line, the cold hard fact is he didn't make a video announcing it. He quietly texted him, said sorry, and offered to send him $190,000 that he owed him. As much as I perfectly understand that might have been a mind tactic to get him to actually talk about it, it doesn't mean that he didn't still do it. His actions were still that of someone who is genuinely repentant and is trying to change. Now, as I said, I can't speak for anything. I don't know what's in Jimmy's mind. I don't know what he was planning when he did that. But that is the matter on ground. He privately talked to Jake Weddle and offered to send him his money. And so I think we should cut him some slack for that regard. Then there's Ty Orr.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Another person who is disenchanted to Mr. Beast. Why though? Let's be frank, as I said, a lot of people are dogpiling on Mr. Beast, and someone who has worked for Mr. Beast coming out and getting favor, views, and money from the shitting on him, it makes a lot of sense. The truth is, Ty Orr said that Mr. Beast stole his idea for the Fall Guys thing, and as much as I understand that yes, there's a good chance they were inspired by his work, no, that concept for that obstacle course is not only insanely popular. Like Fall Guys is the biggest option, but like so many cartoons, anime, games like Persona 5 have it. I think Total Wipeout has something quite similar to that. Like you cannot, as much as yes, they might have taken inspiration from you, the most they owe you is the money that they called you, the money that you're owed from being called over there to work there and going back. And you have to also understand that someone like Ty Orr put out a GoFundMe for $1.7 million. Like, that is the work of a scumbag. Like, as much as I perfectly understand that maybe he has some truth to him, that is a scumbag. That is a scumbag move.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I don't feel he's necessarily a bad guy, but that is a scummy move that should let you know that he is not all that trustworthy, at least with whatever he is telling you, because that is a scummy move to make. It was likely just a lapse in judgment, but I do feel that you should take it with a grain of salt and understand that it might not necessarily be what he's saying is biased. All of these people I've mentioned in this video, are biased against Mr. Beast. Even if there is a chance everything they have said is completely true, but there's also another chance that everything they are saying is fabricated. I'm taking it with a grain of salt. In this video, I didn't mention all of the allegations against Mr. Beast. I'm only talking about things that are alleged and are from people who don't necessarily have who could be biased against him. I'm saying this video because I wanted to make a bit of a breath of fresh air, because everyone is just dogpiling on Mr. Beast. Oh, Mr. Beast is a fraud, it's over, his career is done, blah 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 blah. And I figured, let me make a video kind of away from that topic and something that people would like to watch, something that is a breath of fresh air from what people are doing, and just try and give a retrospective view. Take yourself out of the situation. I am someone who not long ago was a heavy Mr. Beast fan, but ever since these allegations got more and more and more, my faith in him has faltered. I can't deny that.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
But I am not necessarily trying to cancel him like the majority of Twitter right now. I just want to take a step back as someone who is in the middle, give this a retrospective view, and see what we can make of the situation. Now, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next video. Peace.